Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. What is working? Okay. Okay, y'all. I'm still suffering from an asthma attack, so bear with me. That's why my voice sounds like I swallowed a grizzly bear or something like that. But I wanted to come and talk to y'all about what happened to me over the weekend, right? And also what I'm seeing on YouTube in reference to everybody going through like this scared straight type of shit because Cynthia G's platform has been demonetized. She hasn't gone away. She has a new channel already. Matter of fact, I think she had it the same day. And people have been pardon, people have been emailing me, sending me messages about commentary on that, and also asking me about the Dunbar sexual assault case that happened like many years ago in Florida, where the offenders got a really long time. I think like 60 years sentenced. And I don't want to do it. Point blank. I don't care about doing a live or talking about Cynthia G. I don't care. I don't care about thinking about some young boys that sexually violated a mother and her son. I don't want to think about that, nor talk about that. Hold on. Cool out, Naya. Go lay down. I want you to go lay down. So, anyway, so when I went on the march the other day, right? I went all the way to Cali. Cali was fun. Weather was beautiful. I wish we could have it here in New York every day, right? But there was no march. There was no notice saying it was canceled, nothing. Just gave up on the black women, didn't care to inform us, didn't care to think about anything that would happen to any of the women, myself and others who actually took the time out of their life to take that trek, in my case, across country, to stand up for my women. All right. To get to the short of it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we make the march or not because we have a bill that is trying to become a law in regards to black femicide. We also have Ebony Alert, which is fucking phenomenal. And it is happening in an area where the majority of our girls are being taken for human trafficking by black males. Now, you pretty much won't hear me doing much more advocating for black femicide. And even if I hear about another march or anything like that, because frankly, there have been several lines being crossed by black women and me within, I would say, the last couple of months that is slowly wanting me to make my exit away from giving a fuck about black women altogether. And I will tell you why. Number one, you have content creators on YouTube that I do respect who are younger than me, who constantly want to have and interject ageism and having a problem between older women and younger black women. In my opinion, these women are doing this because they have had a shitty mother, a shitty grandmother, and shitty black women in their lives that did not teach them about self importance, self confidence, how to avoid being trapped by black males, baby trapped, money trapped, marriage trapped, girlfriend trapped, significant other trapped. And so they have this deep-seated hatred towards every black woman older than them who has something in life that they don't have and who has already figured out the keys to life, where they don't need to come on YouTube and say to young black women, it's important for you to understand that if you want something out of life, you cannot give up your life in your 20s or in your teens. You must go to school. You must stay away from boys completely. Fucking is not anything new or special in the world. The less you fuck, the more you will have in this world. The less you worry about some ugly motherfucker finding you attractive, the more powerful you will be in this world. Y'all remember that old song by Little Kim? Money, power, respect, that's all you need in life. Y'all need to pick that shit up and make that your anthem, okay? Listen. I went to the march for young women. I went for young women. Young women who don't know that just because you're born poor and you have family, mothers, fathers, women and males in your family who abuse you, mistreat you, tell you that you are garbage and that you mean nothing and that you're going to amount to nothing, should never, ever take away your own personal self-confidence, self-esteem, and love of self. When you allow these people to beat you down the way that they want to do through different dark psychology strategies of brainwashing, which is why I strongly suggest you reading the book, Dark Psychology, let me go get it, by William Cooper. So, this is the book, Dark Psychology and Manipulation by William Cooper. You need to get this book. You need to read it. Now, I'm going to be real with you because I'm a person that likes to get straight to the information, not all that nonsense. When you get to the back of the book, and get to it, hold on. Okay, when you get to the back of the book, right? Chapter 33, it starts it. See what it says? Case studies on dark psychology, right? Do you see on the other page that says persuasion in sexual encounters? Okay, when you get to the end of this book, all this shit you read in the front, pretty much long-winded bullshit. When you get to the end, in this small amount of space in this book, it summarizes everything you need to know about how people play with your head, how they tear you down to make you feel like you ain't shit, so that you never become shit or accomplish shit. Read that book. That way, you don't have to spend your time worrying about insignificant YouTube creators like Cynthia G and others who have huge platforms that you think, and like Prince Ella, have become your like unofficial fucking gods that are doing nothing but programming stagnancy and stupidity in your fucking brain. And because you like these people because of how they aesthetically look, light skin, what you perceive to be pretty, what you perceive to be smart, when none of that is the case, right? You lock into that shit because of how you feel about yourself, which is bad, which is inadequate, which is not good enough. So you lock on to some woman that you think is everything you would like to be, and you invest in her when you should be investing in yourself. And I say that because we have so many women that are having their lives taken from them in this country, even right now while I speak to you. And nobody's really caring about them because y'all black women, the collective of you who are so black male crazy, you care more about listening to women that are talking to you about relationships, marriage, trying to trick men out of money, trying to set yourself up into a so-called soft life, and all this nonsense of thinking that there are men out there that are just going to give you stuff because you give them pussy and because you're young and you're attractive. That's not the real world. And no matter how many times women like myself who are older than all those broads on here selling you bullshit have told you that is not how life works. Life works with you investing in yourself, getting what you need to put you in the areas and the circles of other people who work just as hard as you, have just as much or more than you to give you all the fucking things you want in life. Every woman has a pussy. Every woman knows how to suck dick. Every woman knows how to fuck. So you don't have anything more special than the next woman. So get that out of your head. Okay? And that goes for the white women you're envious of, ugly ass Hispanics, ugly ass Asians, and all the rest of them ugly bitches with no color to their skin that y'all seem to think are better than you in some way, where you get upset when you see them with these useless fucking black guys that black women with intelligence don't give a fuck about coming or going. You got to stop it. So what has been happening to me is, I told y'all about in another video, the young girl that works with me, where she's really fucked up in the head. And she's a nice girl, but she's fucked up in the head. And to me, she is the epitome of young black women of today. Stupid. No direction, relying way too much on black males. What's up, Kiana? And thinking that these motherfuckers are going to do something for them when all they're going to do is beat your ass or probably take you out of this life, use all your money, abuse you and your children, and then bounce to the next person. It has to stop. But if you don't stop it, you will suffer and you will remain a permanent underclass, despite the amount of black women that are leaving that and actually taking care of themselves and realizing that you only have you in this life. You can't buddy up with somebody else and make it out. You got to do what's best for you and only you. And I'm not talking about looking for guys at all. I'm talking about education, money, jobs, and securing your future. So let me finish this and I'm going to come to you, Kiana. This young girl, now mind you, she had a baby when she was 13. I got no problem with that. My mother had me when she was 17. Okay, I'm coming. So I'm going to do it fast and read what Kiana wrote. She has a 13-year-old daughter. And I was trying to explain to her, what you're doing is setting your daughter up for failure in life if you don't stop what you're doing. She keeps going into relationships with black dudes that are drug addicted or using drugs, and they're hiding it from her. She finds out, and then she also finds out that all they do is smoke weed all day, drink alcohol, beat her ass, talk horribly about black women because all they do is sit around watching manosphere rhetoric and all this hate black women nonsense while she's taking care of him in her house. And her daughter is subject to watching her mother get her ass beat and being spoken down to as if she's a dog. Now, I had a conversation with her, and this is why I stopped giving a fuck. And I explained to her, what you're doing is not only dangerous and hazardous to your health, but it's to your daughter immediately. And in the future, you're teaching her to become a black woman who's going to be abused by black males and any other male that wants to take advantage of her because you are not showing her strength. And yes, I know all you scary ass black women out there don't want to be called a strong black woman, but you ain't got shit else if you ain't got strength, because you damn sure ain't got no education or money, because you're too busy on YouTube giving it to Cynthia, Tanya, Princella, Shira, and God knows who the fuck else that has a Cash App up and telling you to hit it every 5 seconds. All right. She didn't want to hear that. She came to work the other day with 2 black eyes and being very sensitive around the midsection. I assume she has a broken rib. That's just what I assume. Don't know it for a fact. She came to me and I told her I don't have shit to say to you. There are domestic violence hotlines in this building. You know, you could call. There's the National Domestic Hotline. There is 311 for therapy. And you got to do what you got to do. But from this day forward, don't come over here talking to me about shit. Because if you can't find it within yourself to help yourself, I can't do shit for you. Because the only thing I'm going to do is talk, and my talking is going to fall on deaf ears. And as you can see, I'm suffering from an allergy attack now. So my fucking breath is important to me. I'm not going to waste it on you. So to sum that up, I also was watching a live the other day from RWS #exposed, who I like sometimes, but ultimately she is very, very negative, has a very bleak outlook for black women. And she too, even though she gives a message of black women to get their shit together, do not have children out of wedlock or children they can't pay for or finance, which is true, and to go on with their lives and leave all men alone, I agree with. But all that other negative shit of her constantly trying to talk about older women being that antebellum slave name and women who are out here trying to set up black women who are younger to have a fucked up life. All of us are not like that. And the ones who are like that, you identify with them and you can't see that they are trying to fuck you up in life. Crystal Swirls, Tanya TKO, Princella, Cynthia G, Nyla, all of those women are older women who know what happens in your 20s, what happens in your 30s and approaching 40. And some of them women I named are in their 50s lying to you, telling you they're younger than that. I digress, right? But they all know what happens to women in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. And instead of simply telling y'all, stop worrying about relationships, get your money, your education, secure a good career in life and education, because life will throw you a fucking curveball when you least expect it, and you can never rely on any man. And that's real, right? Just recently, right, a young woman I know has a little boy she's struggling to take care of. I try to help her from time to time, but when she gets on my nerves, I don't fuck with her, right? That's the reality of in the realness of life. I had helped her secure a high-paying job. She lost that job within 1 week's time because she kept taking off days and using her child as an excuse. She called me today to ask me about other jobs similar to it. And of course, I helped her out. I gave her references. I gave her pointers. Even called up a few people to get her other interviews. I will do that. But I will not keep doing that if I see you continue to fuck up what I'm trying to show you and prove to you. So, as a result of that stuff, always hearing the constant shit on here about older women, it is becoming very clear to me. Y'all like to say stupid. You want to listen to stupid women, and you're going to lose and you're going to suffer in life because of it. If you want to do that, I let you. I urge you to do it, because the faster you learn your lesson in life, the faster you're going to learn to get a fucking life. So if a person like me is coming to talk to you and you feel like what I have to say doesn't mean shit, or you change my words and my messages around like the silly bitch did in RWS chat when I was trying to explain my point of view and tell them what I knew to be a fact versus what she was saying and what the other women were saying, they were calling me that antebellum slave name again. And I was saying to them, this is your fucking problem. When you like someone, you think that every fucking thing that comes out of their mouth is gold when it's not. She has not lived as long as I have. She does not know all the things I know. And I know she doesn't from how she speaks. Not just her, but everybody else, right? And when I'm trying to tell y'all, you are under attack, not just by black males. I'm coming to y'all. I gotta really tell y'all this shit about what happened in the airport. Not just by black males, but by society on large, because you have entertainers, you have performers, all these people that you revel in on line and on TV, where the whole world thinks that you ain't shit. Black women, I'm being honest. I'm gonna tell you a story that happened and how I had to check this fucking white woman in the airport. All right. They come on YouTube, they see all this dumb shit y'all are talking about with Real Talk with Yanni and all these stupid young bitches that think because they put on makeup, dress their hair, and wear tight shit, pushing their fucking titties up into their fucking neck and they popping out their fucking turtleneck, that they know something when they don't, right? They ain't took care of no motherfucking mortgage. They ain't took care of no full family. They don't have no real career. They ain't did shit in life but sit up, look cute, fuck with a bunch of fucking bullshit ass dudes, and come online talking about ageism and what older women are jealous of younger women, what they can do, and it's all bullshit. Because there's nothing you could do that I can't do, and I could do it better because I'm older, know shit you don't know, and I have the fucking means to do it. Whereas you got to do on fucking get money off of showing your ass online or selling it to some fucking man. I don't got to do that. I got to go to my fucking bank account. You got to do unscrupulous, soul-breaking, nasty, degenerate shit with niggas that use you like a public toilet to get shit out of life. Because you don't want to listen to women who are trying to tell you life as a black woman is not about fucking men and worrying about money from them. It is about your dumb ass getting up, getting your education, getting your employment to the point where you have money the way you need to have it. Stay out of poverty and stop having children while you're in poverty to stay impoverished. So, the reason I say that you're under attack is because you have all these people flocking to black males online because they like black men. They do not like you, black woman. Number one, I'm talking about white women now because I'm getting to that bitch in the airport. They are very jealous of you. You have everything that they don't have. You have body. You have beautiful hair. You have beautiful features. And you have skin color, personality, talent, intelligence, integrity. Self-esteem, confidence, empathy, and loving ability they don't have. That's why they got to be involved in every fucking thing you try to do and want to be around you any chance they get because they're fucking dull or blank. They're just whack. They don't got nothing going on. An empty fucking suit. And so they try to latch on to a lively, full of life woman, which is you. And you don't even see the value in yourself. And the way you perform online, the way you act in real life, and how people capture the worst of us to represent all of us is a problem all of y'all better start addressing. Because it's going to mean your livelihood in the future, your access to capital, your access to employment, housing, and etc. And this is the shit that these black fucking males that come on here talking shit about you, they know for a fact. So this white woman, I happen to be sitting there and I was eating food. California, I just got to throw this in there because y'all know I like food. In LAX, they actually have a place, it's called Chicken and Coffee, right? One of these stores. Black women cook there. They had collard greens, sweet potatoes, fried chicken, a whole batch of Southern food. I had a whole fucking plate and then some, sitting in the chair, eating like black people eat. At first, I found out who was the cook. When I seen the black lady, I was like, yeah, I'm eating here, okay? Biscuits, gravy, all that shit. So I'm sitting there, and you know how I am. I travel with a portable chair This time I had a portable table. I had all my shit set up in the airport because I had to wait 3 hours for my flight from California back to New York, because when I left that morning, there was a 7 o'clock flight. The only returning flight was 2:30 and 10:50 at night. I missed the 2:30 getting all the way to the event that wasn't there. So I went all around California, went shopping and all that, come back to the airport 3 hours early. I bought some slippers. I went to the bathroom and really washed up. Like, I really took my shit off, had on a robe, washed up at the sink. Y'all could get upset if you want to, but I wanted to be clean. Went in the stall, did the private stuff, but washed up at the sink, right? Put all my toiletries and shit out of Bed Bath & Beyond, came back. I'm sitting there, I'm clean now, I'm chilling. I got my slippers on, my sweatpants, my t-shirt. I'm good, right? I'm sitting there eating. I got my iPad. I'm watching YouTube. I'm having a good time. I'm blowing my 3 hours. Okay. She comes over. She says, listen, peep the words. She goes, "Good evening, young woman." Now, you know I ain't young. I'm probably come to find out I was 20 years younger than her. So anyway, she comes over. I look at her right away because I'm not one of those black women that give a fuck about being friendly with white people at all, right? So I'm looking at her with this kind of face like, "What you want, bitch?" Right? She goes, "Oh, guards down. I come as friend." Right away, I know she's on some bullshit, right? I said, "So what can I do for you, supposed friend?" She goes, "Oh, no, I just wanted to talk to kill the time because, I'm going to New York too, and we got to wait till 10:50. I said, "True." That's what I said, right? She sits down, starts talking shit like her family, shit I don't give a fuck about. I ain't paying attention to her. I got my headphones on. I was listening to one of the women I watch on YouTube. Y'all may know her. She talks shit all the time. She's crazy as fuck. Every now and then she has a good message, but mostly she's a fucking hater on black women. Her name is the Nosy Neighbor Lady, right? So shout out to that bitch, because she always says nobody gives her a shout out. Let me put the funky bitch's name up so she can see she got a shout out. Because I've noticed that Tanya, today, Real Talk with Yanni, and who else stole her shit? Cynthia has been going over this lady's channel and stealing her fucking videos, revising it, and doing it. So let me put her name up. And here's your shout out since you always talking shit. All right, here you go. Since you always talking shit, talking about nobody ever gave you a shout out. There you go, motherfucker. The Nosy Neighbor Lady show. She's an asshole, but she's an asshole with a message sometimes that is true to life. It's not this commercial. I'm trying to be great and perfect on YouTube for black women, when I'm really about nothing, and I'm trying to give you a message that's going to fuck your life up for the rest of your life. Because I don't have nothing but the YouTube channel, and I need y'all to keep giving me money and views so I can fucking survive. All right? Okay, let's get to it. After she cuts all the chit-chat bullshit, she asked the question she wanted to ask the whole fucking time. So what did you come to California for? Because these motherfuckers, you got to remember now, they think we're poor to the extent that we cannot have cable. We can't have video games. We don't have cars. We don't travel. We don't do anything like normal people, because every stereotype about poverty and poor people from every movie they've seen, I'm going to give an example. Maybe you might not know it, but Claudine. They think we live in fucking cardboard boxes and that we're rubbing together 2 nickels to make it through the rest of the week. This is how fucking ignorant and detached they are from reality. So I said, I'm in Cali today for the day because I have come here for an event that I care about, is dear to my heart. She said, "What is that?" I said, "It is the Black Women's March. It is to bring attention to the fact that black women are being murdered by black males in America in every state, every day, every 4 to 5 hours of the day, as well as our children are being killed by these very same males. She immediately jumped to defense. Boom. I just told you a little while ago, you're under attack. These black males are on here brainwashing everybody against you. These white bitches who share the same mind as those motherfuckers, they believe everything about you these bastards are saying. Immediately, she goes into defense. That cannot be true. What is the reason for them doing that? Because I know my neighbor, whatever the fuck his name was, he's supposed to be a unicorn who is raising his children alone, right? I looked at her and I said, literally, white woman, do you think you know black men better than I do? She said to me with a straight fucking face, well, I know the one that lives next door to me. I said, exactly. And who the fuck is he? Then she got a little taken aback because I cussed, right? And I told her, let me explain myself to you because I don't really care for your kind. Oh, Lord. She looked so like she was looked like she about to shit on herself, right? I said, I'm not going to like attack you. I'm letting you know honestly where I come from, right? I said, I don't care for your kind. I said, you're sitting here talking to me as a black woman. You asked me a question, I answered you. And then you're going to try to twist it as if I don't know or understand the full extent of the reality in which I fucking live. And then you go on to try to tell me that some token fucking black dude who is probably very far from removed from black people, and I don't even know what type of children he has, they're probably biracial, who lives next door to you. So you think that he speaks for the collective of all black males. Then you assume that because this black man, I'm assuming, has a certain level of intelligence and money, that he is equivalent to all of them in America when he definitely is not. She's still listening. She's not talking, right? Because that's mostly how white people are. When you confront them head on, they only talk big when they on YouTube and in the fucking chat and all that tough gangster internet shit when you're not in front of them when you could touch their ass, right? Okay. Even though that wasn't my intention, but I'm giving her a scared straight of don't talk shit if you don't know what the fuck you talking about, right? So I tell her, that dude you talking about, I would have to see him to even let you know if he really even is a black man or black male. She says, why do you say that? I said, because you white people got a strange way of thinking that because anybody has melanin that they're black. When everybody who has melanin, the way y'all say people of color, are not black people. So that man could be anything. He don't even have to be a real black male. He could be a black man or, a man with dark color. He doesn't have to be black. They call Puerto Ricans black. They call everybody with color black. I don't know if y'all heard it or saw it, but when I was on Crystal Swirls Live before, her and I had that falling out because she was lying to young black girls in the chat and the live, and I corrected her on it. She became very nasty towards me because of that. Because what you guys got to understand as young women, they know you don't know shit. So they use your ignorance, and ignorance doesn't mean you're stupid. It means you don't know. They use your ignorance to rope you in and use you for their own purposes, the same way the black males do. And the information they're giving you, if you're dumb enough to believe that shit and build off of that wrong foundation, you're going to have nothing but wrong going forward. So anyway, in one of her lives, right, she had some white bitch come on there and pretend that she was some type of retired attorney, which she was not, going by what she was saying, because I've been in law enforcement. I've worked with lots of people, and I know the things that she was saying was not correct. So anyway, when I corrected that, she got upset. But that same white woman said on her live, what I'm talking to you now about this white bitch I was talking to in the airport, right? She said, they were talking about Cardi B for a moment. The white woman said, Cardi B is black. She has dark skin and she's not white. So if you're not white, you're black. Do you understand what they're saying? This is why you have all these non-black women trying to be pushed or being pushed in black women's spaces, and why it's important for you to take your spending power serious and understand that you should not be backing anyone if they're not authentically black. And a black woman who is unidentifiably, unmistakably black, not no high yellow bitch, you can't tell what she is. She got to look like me or a little lighter. But you got to know, yeah, that's a black woman without second guessing that shit. Support them and support them only. Because when you do that, all the other sisters that we have within our color scheme, they fall in. And them fake motherfuckers, they don't. So anyway, I'm telling you that story to let you know what and how these white bitches think. So getting back to the bitch in the airport, after I tell her that, she wants to now know what reason they would have to do this, to commit black femicide or child homicide. And I said to her, why do you think they have to have a reason? Why do you indirectly keep trying to make it the victim's fault? This is what your people do on a grand scale in society every fucking day. When ultimately, you are really the cause behind all those things. She took great offense to that, start giving a whole argument as to why I was wrong. And I told her, simple answer, white supremacy. I said, you going to argue that? I said, you do understand that what you're doing now is an example of white fragility. You understand what that means? She said, yes, I do, but I don't believe. I said, you are, right? You are doing that because you are denying my truth and every other black woman's truth that is no longer here or has been sold into human trafficking by these black males, suffered domestic violence, sexual assault, and everything else by these black males. You're trying to act as if it has not happened when, you know what I did? I went and pulled up Black Girl Unlost, her channel, and American Crimes, True Crimes, and Crime Tales, right? And I showed her. I flipped through it. I said, you see all these videos? And I was just scrolling. You know how you scroll and it's like no picture but a whole bunch of words to show you all the videos, like, right? I said, that's all black women and children that these black males killed. I said, one channel. I said, and you wanted to have this conversation. So now you're going to have it. I said, that's one channel. Wait, let's go to another channel. Scroll down, showed her all the shit. I went to 4 channels. I showed her all 4 channels. Then I told her, we just got an Ebony alert. She said, what is that? I said, exactly. You wouldn't know anything about anything that affects us because you don't care enough. She was like, then her defense started to go down and then curiosity started to grow. So she's like, what? What are you talking about, right? I want to know. I want to know so that if there's any way we can help, who the fuck is we? Right? Who's we? She never answered that. Oh, I want to learn. I want to learn. Okay, you want to learn? Let's learn. Here's all the black femicide pages. Here's the Black Femicide March. I was attending today. I never told her that it was canceled. I said, this is what I went to today. Here's the organization for the black woman that has a nonprofit helping black women in California and anywhere else that contacts her. You want to help? Give her money. Give her money to help the black women that she helps. If you and we, whoever we is that wants to help, you help black women by giving them money. Not talking and not taking the black male side and not over sympathizing with him because you can have sex with him. No. The reality is they have problems. And I asked her, I said, don't all men? She looked at me funny and she said, yes, they do. I said, okay then. That was the end of that shit. After that, I couldn't get rid of the bitch. She followed me all around the fucking whole airport, asking me to try some of my food. I'm like, no, you can't have my food. You go buy your own where I got it from, but you're not having any of my food. Who the fuck asked for people for their food at the airport? What kind of shit is that? So this is how people see us because of these fucking idiots on here, these black males, and also the idiot black women who come on here day in and day out, being tyrannical fucking nuts, talking like Princella, talking like Cynthia G, talking like Tanya, talking like Shira. When you look at these people, not being a black woman, but as somebody else looking in on the poor representatives of black women with huge fucking platforms, you think black women are fucking idiots. That's real. I showed her those channels, and all she could say was, oh, that shit speaks volumes. And it's not that I give that much about this white woman's opinion. I'm telling you that story to let you know that you, as young black women and black women in general, you need to wake the fuck up, regain your life, get the fuck off YouTube, get your ass together, get your life together, leave men alone completely. Completely. Get your money, get your education. Okay? Because the way you got it set up, you got everybody online that comes to black YouTube thinking you're so fucking desperate for a man, a relationship, somebody to fuck you, somebody to give you false pretense and false hope, that you got all these fucking people influxing to YouTube to try to learn how to deceive black women just to fuck you, because they've been dying to do this. And now that the door is open, they're all coming. But none of them have real good intentions. Everybody's on here playing to use you. You got to be smart. And by watching those women, you're not going to be smart. I'm telling you. And you could think what the fuck you want, because I know y'all do that. You like to swear that I'm some type of hater and whatever. I don't give a fuck. Think that, live in that. You're going to be the one to suffer in the years to come. And then remember, I told your fucking dumb ass so, okay? Because it's coming. Right now, I don't know how many of you know that you have quite a few people coming up for election that feel like they don't need to do anything for black people, i.e. black women, because we are the voting bloc, right? And they are trying to fight against the Ebony Alert, even though it is already in effect. It's starting in January, full-fledged. They're trying to stop it. They're also, once again, trying to stop the bill to protect missing black women and girls and murdered black women and girls. They're trying to stop this. Do you know why, black women? Very simple. If they help black women and they deal with the black males the way they want to, there will be no combination of future black people they can impoverish to use to maintain their status quo of conservatism. These ignorant black fucking divestors on here promote all the time, which is promoting and keeping up and supporting white supremacy. Wake the fuck up. Stop being so dumb, so impressionable, and so easily influenced and manipulated. I'm going to take a break from ranting, read my women. Kiana, exactly. They're going to regret it. This right here, this is the shit Shira sells. This is the shit all the black women I've seen on YouTube sell. They sell, oh, you're young, you're sexy, you're pretty, you're fuckable. They want you. No, you're stupid, you're young. You don't see a using motherfucker coming your way when he's coming your way. Men of all ages know that when you're 20, you don't know shit. They come to use you, fuck you to death, and abuse you, and baby trap you. That's the truth about your 20s. So, in order to avoid that, go to school, stay in school, stay away from old men, stay away from young men. Do you fucking having children and worrying about men? Do that in your 30s when you have more in your life's experience, more in your personal dome of experience and information and intelligence to draw from. 10 years makes a hell of a fucking difference to do something after you have time to think about it, and you will not fuck up your life. Very true. There's also a lot of black women married to white men who are taking care of white men and who are getting their asses beat on a regular. Very true. Thank you, V. You know, it's asthma. So once I hit a treatment or two, my lungs will open up more. My voice will come back. I'll be good. I'm so used to this, girl. So used to it. Sometimes V, they come to learn reality, but a lot of them are so fucking headstrong, V. They don't care what you tell them because they're determined to say the opposite. And the problem is when you have so many black women, and I've seen them on YouTube promoting black women hate among black women, and they're black themselves. And the only reason they have it is because they're angry or disappointed in themselves because they don't have what they want in life. And they feel like they've been, I guess, let down or not given or done enough for by women who were supposed to protect them and show them the way. And I can honestly tell you, if I didn't have my grandmother, if I was just left with my mom, I probably would have been a bit of bitch like that too. But I can't find it in me to hate other black women because I understand everything they go through. I've been that little girl that used to get her ass beat till I couldn't walk, and my mother's boyfriends allowed to sexually abuse me and rape me. I've been that little girl. So I understand the pain that a lot of the black women go through. But I also understand when black women have the opportunity to teach other black women and help them and raise them and even point them in the right direction, they don't do it. And they don't do it because they have self-hate going on and jealousy issues with other women who are not competing with them. That is a problem black women have to handle. Like, even when, let me tell you, let me put this on mute 1 minute. I didn't want y'all to hear that. But even when I went to the airport that morning, right? I had a black woman hating on me, a freaking TSA lady. I went through the scanning thing, right? So when I went through, she immediately like not trying to tell me where I'm supposed to go because I didn't know, like I had because I travel a lot, I have a lot of points and stuff. So my points has set me up where I could get an upgrade and things like that. So when you have an upgrade, you have to go to different counters here in JFK. I don't know what happens where you live at your airport. We have to go to different places to get on the plane. But they like try to expedite you through the airport because we over here they make you wait a long time because of all the threats that they have in New York. So anyway, I go through the Sky High Miles priority, and I didn't know that when you have that, you just go straight through to your gate. You don't have to be searched or none of that shit. You just go through. So I was stopped and I was like, don't I still have to do? She was like, no, just and all nasty and shit. No, just go over there. What's wrong with you? Don't. And because I'm in the airport and I know that if I turn around and go, fuck you, right? They're going to throw me out. So I'm not going to do that, right? I want to go where I'm going. So I just looked at her and I said, I hope you have a nice day. And I hope that whatever is bothering you and making you talk to me like that gets better for you. Because I see you're suffering. And I said it to be a fucking bitch, right? Because I meant it the way I said it. So anyway, she's just looking at me as I walk away because you can't really do nothing to me for saying that, right? That's ignorant shit. And that's a lot of the shit I'm talking about. That needs to stop. And it goes on all the time with us. And for what? You already got the whole world conspiring to do shit to you. Why are you adding that to each other? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. So true. Focus on your damn self and finish your goals. Sorry, man, will be on every girl. That's so funny. And if I didn't have a fucked up throat, I would be screaming over here. Okay. She said, "Sorry, men will be on every corner for the rest of your life." Do you know how true that shit is? I can remember being little, and there used to be like on the block I lived on. I used to live on 130th Street in Harlem, right? We owned the brownstone there. I told y'all about this. There was a bar over there, right, called Lennox Lounge. These dudes used to always be outside on the fucking corner. I swear to you, Lennox Lounge is still there today. Huh? I swear to you, if you go to Lennox Lounge today or Google it, you know how they have the images, you probably see some fucking bums standing on the corner. That shit is crazy, funny, and so true. Sonia, I'm going to be laughing tonight and every time I think of this because that is the way my mind works. Thank you for that. Shit is crazy funny. Kiara said, they want things to stay the way they are so they can have slaves produced. Exactly. That's what capitalism is all about, Kiana. Enigmatic black man away from their clear white women. Yeah, it's true. Let me tell you. Talking about that white lady, right? When she walked away, Melissa, you didn't miss much. Same old stuff I always talk about. Hit the replay, you got it. I was just talking about the march, how I went there, it didn't happen, and this crazy white woman I encountered. So anyway, let me put this down. What was he talking about? That's capitalism, Kiana. And when you realize the keys to you making money and stop making and allowing white people to get rich off you, you fuck up the balance, the conservatism, right? Because of America, which is to keep it as the good old days, the way Trump and all of them say, right? Where white people have everything, black people on the bottom, and we get to fuck over black people all day. We make money, they live like slaves, which is why you need to read this book, Black Labor, White Wealth by Dr. Claude Anderson. Do y'all see it? Read it. It's important. Everything you need to know about getting yourself out of poverty. Taking your little small group of black women and becoming extremely successful, and you're welcome, and helping other women is all out here already for you. People like me and others, we just have to bring the people to you, throw their names at you, and let you do the rest. We have had generations of black people showing us how to do it, showing us how to make the way, make the road, but we have not been listening, and we haven't been doing what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to reach one and teach one, bring somebody with us. The same way I told you about that young lady I'm helping right now, I'm still helping her, and I'm determined to get her where she needs to be because I see she has a lot in her. And I'm not going to say potential because it's not something that is going to be. It's already there. She just has to realize it and step fully into it because she does it. She does enough to get the job, but she don't hold on to the job. She does enough to do the schooling to get further in the job, but she doesn't know how to transition into other jobs and to stay there, to gel that shit, make it hard so they can't push her out, intimidate her, or make her think twice about her own credentials or her ability. I'm still working with her on that. Right now, I've convinced her to go into a master's program that I know would help her significantly, right? She's doing it. When she finishes it, I'm going to show her something else because I want her to be where I am, okay? That is what you're supposed to do. I don't have a PhD, but I sure fucking wish I would have got one, okay? But everything that I've done in life, and I literally know how to do it because I've already accomplished it, I'm making her do it. Not making her like, oh, you better fucking do it. Oh, motherfucker. No. I'm showing her. I'm explaining to her what can come out of this. If you don't like this, you could pivot this way, pivot that way, up, down. There's so many ways to go. She's doing it. If most black women would reach on to another black woman and help them, we wouldn't have to worry about having YouTubers come on here and promote high self-esteem, high self-confidence, information on education, information about whatever it is you need in life. We wouldn't need that. We would have people doing what they're supposed to do, which is create and build community. Community is not about a place where you're at. It's about the people and their interactions with each other. And believe me, I don't give a fuck about what no whack ass fucking divester has to say, especially that DZ bitch that I don't even think is real. And if she is real, fuck that bitch. Because she is a jealous, hating, ugly, old, funky motherfucker that wants to see black women suffer. Suffer, do you hear me? Because when you listen to that bitch talk, all you hear is venomous, hateful shit in her voice, in her message. Whatever the fuck happened to her, she need about 5 shrinks and have the motherfuckers move in with her. Because she got a lot of mental work to be done. She got problems like a motherfucker. And for all you loyalist motherfuckers that listen to her, that come to my channel and send me stupid motherfucking messages and emails, stay the fuck away from me. I see right through you and your bullshit. Like the stupid motherfucker that sent me that message today. I don't give a fuck about you or her and whatever she's talking about over there. She's a dumb bitch, and so are you for listening to her. She don't have a white husband. She don't have none of that shit she's talking about because, believe me, if I was any of that shit she's claiming to be, a retired registered nurse with a husband that has his own shit and he's always downstairs while I'm upstairs talking about black niggas all day, would not be reality for me. And if that man really cared about me and really was my husband, he would have a real serious fucking problem with me upstairs, one level from him, constantly talking about niggas all day when I'm supposed to be digging him. She's full of shit. And if you had sense, you would fucking realize it. I'm glad you found the book. Make sure you get it, V. So all this shit I'm telling you is why you need to rethink all the shit you're doing on YouTube. Because when it comes to black women, the majority of the shit on here is to keep you twisted and keep you fucked up in the game so that you don't get nothing out of life and so that you give the white people of America what they want, is for you to constantly be worried and interested about being in relationships with black males, bring them useless, can't even pay the fucking light bill, motherfuckers in your house, and now he's beating your ass, sexually assaulting your children, taking your life, taking the kid's life, and now you gone, and now he's here, put in jail for a little while to come back out and do the same thing to another black woman. When are y'all gonna stop it? When? You gotta start caring about each other and stop letting these women on YouTube divide you and pull you apart. You gotta stop it. Because believe me, they're only on YouTube because they need the money. Every one of those women. Every one of them. They've been on here for fucking 10 years, 50 fucking years. And in all that time, if you've been on YouTube for 10 fucking years and you still ain't got your life straight to where you need to be on here talking shit to black women, you need to get the fuck off here by default. Because clearly your life ain't together. So what the fuck could you tell me? Cynthia G, Tanya TKO, Shira, all the rest of them bitches, and the new bitch, just throw her in there for general purposes because she full of shit. Princella. And y'all gonna find that shit out too. Soon enough. You're gonna find it out. And the only reason why they rise to such high skies in YouTube because in black women is because y'all want to believe that you still can have a black dude. And that's all it is to it. You don't care about yourself. You don't care about what they doing to black women and children out here for real. You still stuck on that fantasy shit about happily ever after with some black motherfucker who tells you every day that he don't like you. And he shows you how much he hates you by killing you every 4 to 5 hours of the day. But you still thinking a nigga might change. Y'all are bugging. You're bugging. And let me find this other lady that RWS hashtag exposed kept talking shit about. Because I want y'all to know she is not African. This is a black American woman I subscribe to. And if you are going to be a black woman that has a whole bunch of fucking children, you need to be like this black woman because she got the money to take care of her fucking kids, okay? Where's Maisie Lee at? Oh, here she go. Hold on 1 second. I want to show y'all this because RWS hashtag exposed. She talking mad shit about this black woman, calling her fucking African when she's not African. And I'm going to try to find the clip that Maisie Lee had did because white people were coming at her on YouTube because she has 8 children. She has 8 children from her husband and different men she was with. But this fucking lady got a a PhD. She's a black woman. Now let me tell you, she ain't nobody to fuck with. She got a fucking PhD in mathematics. Do you know how fucking hard that is to get? And not only that, you know the phrase when people say black women can make something out of nothing? She's a fucking genius. She takes the information from the internet, right? That people don't do shit with. Like when you just on here and you like, oh, I wanted to buy that, but I don't really care about that. I maybe want to do this survey, but I don't care about it. Or, yeah, I do want to start a business, or maybe I don't. Like all this frivolous shit from ads that YouTube puts on here and Google puts on here for people. She takes all the data and the statistics from all that bullshit, and she shows an actual thought process and buying possibility out of people not making decisions on YouTube. So when they say black women could make $1 out of 15 cents and make something out of nothing, she has created a field of study no fucking body else has ever done before. A black woman. And made nothing make fucking sense. So if RWS hashtag exposed wants to talk shit about this woman and wants to pretend like she's the worst a black woman could be because she has a whole lot of children, then I wish all fucking black women with a whole lot of children was exactly like her, because they would be fucking rich, they would be intelligent as fuck, and have everything they needed in life. I just point out the facts because I don't like when people talk shit about black women who are actually fucking accomplished and they don't really even know who they are. You don't even know who she is. You calling her fucking African when she's ADOS, right? This woman, single-handedly, not with the help of her fucking husband, works so hard, whether she has 8 children or not. She puts savings accounts away for each one of her children to pay for all 8 years of their schooling. And she has 8 kids. Do you know how much fucking money that is? She has generated in a lifetime to pay for 8 years of consecutive years of college for 8 children. And you want to call her a fucking bum? You want to call her a fucked up baby mama? You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I wish every fucking baby mama was like her. Do you know how fucking exalted the black woman would be in America if they were all like her? Get the fuck out of here. That's because people don't, I tell y'all, they don't know what they're talking about a lot of the time on here. Let me show you this woman I'm talking about. Then I'm going to get back to what I was saying. This is Maisie Lee, right? I want to try to find that short that they were all cracking about. Because if you watch the short, it literally shows you, here it is, what she's saying about how the white people were bothering her and harassing her. The short says, "Why I'm always pregnant." Okay, I'm gonna leave her there and keep talking, right? So this is what I'm talking about. Now you see the years that she's been pregnant, right? Now, if you have sense, you know that she does not have all those children. So clearly, she's making a point as well as showing you that even if you are pregnant and you have or do not have the baby, you can still accomplish all those fucking things that she's accomplished in your life, regardless of what the fuck people say about you in life, or if they are harassing you on YouTube the way they were harassing her. Do you see that at the bottom of 2021, right? During the fucking pandemic, right? It says graduated with PhD as the first African American in my field. Remember what I told y'all she did, right? And do you see all the other shit she graduated with? Graduated with a BS in pure math. Graduated with an MS in applied math. All the way to a PhD in math, being the first black woman to create a field that she's in. So the reason she did this short for all of the stupid women that was making fun of her with RWS hashtags exposed is because white people were coming to her page and making fun of the amount of children she had, calling her all kinds of names, making stereotypical assumptions about her, which is why she had to list her credentials and explain to them, these are the years I've been pregnant. These are the years I was not pregnant. All of these years she was pregnant, she did not have all those children. So clearly, you know the answer to that. But also, she showed you all of the accomplishments she also had. Okay? So if you want to make fun of a black woman that you claim is African, she's African descent, but she's African descent from enslaved black women, the way I am and all of you listening. So why make fun of her when she's accomplished more than any YouTuber I know and even me? So why are you making fun of her? If anything, if you're going to exalt black women who have lots of children, show that they have a full command over their lives, their career, their money, and where they're going in life, the direction in life, it would be her. Not to make fucking fun of her, but to honor and praise her because she's a living fucking example of nothing gets in your way, not even the amount of children you have. So that's that with that bullshit. Stop making fun of black women that don't let nothing stop them. Hold on, I'm coming to you, Wana. Wana said, Maisie Lee is intelligent and accomplished. People should uplift her instead of attacking her. They're just jealous that they get. It's true, Wana, because this is a black woman. She's gone through everything other black women have gone through with relationships. And she lost her mother. Do you know how it feels to lose your mom? And you still got to battle this life? Even though she still has a father who's also very accomplished in his own right, right? He's also a math genius as well. Maybe that's why she did all of this. But the fact of the matter is, she don't have a mama. And she's one of the best black women mothers I have seen on YouTube in all the years I've been here. As a matter of fact, when I first saw her on YouTube, my daughter had like maybe 3 or 4 kids before she had the 5th kid. And my daughter used to complain about how difficult it was. And I said, well, you chose to have them. And nothing is difficult because you have mother, siblings, and a whole extended family and his family and the father everywhere to help you. So it's not like you're a stereotypical black woman with nobody helping you and no money. Because not only do you have money and people to help you, but you got fucking people we pay for to come in here and help you. So you don't have nothing to complain about. And I showed her Maisie Lee. I said, this woman right here, I said, she got 3 more kids than you got. And she don't have a mama. She has 2 sisters and a daddy. And even though they don't live close to her, this lady every day gets up at the crack of dawn, takes care of all her kids, goes to work, pays for people to come in her house and do the same fucking thing I did. Clean my house, cook my food, do what you need to do for my kids because I'm out earning the money. She could do all of that, take care of herself, and raise all 8 children and deal with a problematic Korean husband from time to time, because I've been watching them for a long time. And there was a point where they was going to get divorced because of the racial cultures clashing. They worked it out. But at no time did that woman give up on her children or herself. She literally told that man, you can leave. I don't have no problem taking care of my children and myself. I've been doing it all this time, and I will do it with or without you. And that is a true Black woman. So if you want to use anybody as an image or an example of what single mothers should look up to, it should be her. It should be her. Not Shira, Seven, but Maisie, because she got everything based off this. Not off sucking and fucking, but off this. So this is why I'm telling y'all, young Black women, y'all need to get your heads on right. You need to stop listening to all these women on here that's constantly only talking about fucking dudes in one way or the other. And when you get, like Crystal Swirl said, old, boring Black women like me, whose content nobody likes or gives a fuck about, maybe you should second guess that and actually understand that I come on here not because I'm begging for your cash apps or for you to give me money, because let me put this in the fucking chat and make it real loud. I don't take money from Black women. I know they struggle like me, whether they got money or not. So let me put that up there and leave that up there. I don't take money from Black women. I'm not Cynthia G. I'm not Princella. I'm not Tanya TKO. I'm not Shira. I'm not any of those bitches that live every day off of a Black woman's dime because I don't have my own. Did y'all hear that? So call me boring, call me old, call me ugly, call me Black. I'm all those motherfucking things. And you know what else I am? I'm actually on here giving a fuck about Black women and what they need to live in this life. Now, what you need to do is go ask all those broads that y'all give all your money to what they do for you on here besides talk about Black males. Go ask them that. Oh, but wait, I forgot. Since the queen of bullshit, Cynthia G, got demonetized, maybe she will reinvent herself again. This might be the 4th time to try to gain back the money y'all give her and the 1 million followers so that she once again could just keep talking about stuff that means nothing to keep you stuck on stupidity so you don't actually accomplish anything. Maybe so. Is that Maze? Yeah. Alana. She did all of that and still has a PhD in mathematics. Yes, child. That's what I'm saying. Like, when you get real Black women who are, and I'm going to say it because I know y'all got a problem with it, strong Black women, it doesn't mean what these ignorant Black women are on here always saying, like, oh, I don't want to be a strong Black woman because I don't want people to think that I'm responsible for their situations and I'm supposed to help the world. If you running around helping the world, you the dumbass, not the world, because ain't nobody helping you with your problems. So why the fuck would you put an S on your chest and a cape on your back and run around for every man, Black male, every guy, white woman? What if you stupid? How is that anybody else's fault? What the fuck does that got to do with being a real strong Black woman? A strong Black woman means a woman who understands that she takes care of herself, period. And she has to deal with all the bullshit in America and in the world that is anti-Black and anti-Black woman. And you still fucking persevere. That is a strong Black woman, period. Cynthia G said in one of her videos that she didn't say abort Black males. She's back to back. Melissa, Cynthia G has been full of shit since she came on YouTube. She's here for money. And if black women haven't figured that out, I'm not going to try to convince them. Follow her to your doom. Okay? Because she likes black males. She entertains them. And according to her, when she cussed out the black woman that went through that, called through that time and asked her, why doesn't she practice what she preached by not sleeping with black males and sucking their dick? She told the black woman because she wants to. So if you sitting up here listening to a woman that talks out of both sides of her face and you actually think you're going to learn from her, you deserve what you get and you need to keep doing it. And I'm not going to try to tell you to stop because you are a black woman that believes in wasting your time. So why would I try to convince you otherwise? And believe me, I am not for any black woman wasting her time, her life, or her body giving it to black males. I am totally against that. Let me be real clear. For the silly bitches in the back that are Crystal Swirls followers, DZ followers, Cynthia G followers, and all the rest of those women I do not care for, right? Black women, in this life, you're going to learn real hard and fast that if you do not care about yourself and take care of yourself and have the money you need to survive in this world, you are going to suffer until you die and suffer tremendously. And there's no one that will save you or give a fuck about your suffering. And they will push or help or aid your suffering because that is what they want to do. Because too many of the times, these women come from households where I started reading this book and I realized that I came from a household like this. They come from parents that are adult children and are emotionally immature. Okay? And let me tell you something. I saw myself in there too when they were talking about what happens to people when they come from those type of households. And like I told y'all, I went through a lot of shit in my life younger because I was like everybody else. I felt like I was young. I'm invincible. I know it all. Fuck you. You don't know what you're talking about. You can't tell me shit. I got it like that. I know everything. Fuck you. What can you tell me? I suffered for being like that. And it literally took me, and I'm not fucking around, it took me 10 whole years. I wasted a whole fucking decade fucking around with black males, marrying fucking dudes that was not good for me, having children that I didn't need to have. If I would have realized earlier in life that the key to life is education, getting and sustaining money, whether it's from real good employment or being self-employed, and maintaining that shit for the rest of your fucking life so that nobody can tell you what to do, how to do it, or when to fucking do it. Because you have all the money you need so that if somebody tries to fuck you up in life, you could sit back, rest on your money till you find another position or another career and then pick up life again. But when you poor and you don't have money and you don't have education, you are a walking victim. You are a victim. And that's what they want you to be. Because they know almost every point in your life, you're going to be desperate for help and desperate for somebody. Hold on one second. Maxine said, it's the naive arrogance of you that get these young girls got. Okay, now you see, if you still have that, Maxine, can you share that with me? Because I happen to like this woman, Kendall St. Charles, and I only have had the privilege of listening to one of her videos, which was to just stop it, telling black women to just stop it. And I agree with her, not just on the level of stop dealing with black males, but how about we stop all the bullshit? Like, stop the drug taking, stop the smoking, stop the drinking, fucking up your body, killing your liver, and shortening your lifespan. Okay? Stop abusing your children, especially your daughters. Stop coddling and not raising your sons, believing that bullshit of only a man can raise a boy, because that is not true. Stop believing that you need to be submissive to a broke down, have nothing, knows how to do nothing black male just to feel validated. You need to stop all of that shit. You need to embrace, I could do all this shit myself, by myself, even if I don't have nothing. I still can do it. If other women have done it, I could do it too. And you can. And with all this new technology out here and all this AI coming out and everything that's already here for you, you should be, y'all think I be fucking around when I tell y'all, you young black women are wasting your fucking time. And when you get 5-10 years older than now, you're going to kick yourself in the ass for wasting all that time. You live in a time where life and change is erupting. AI is here. The change of the world and the world order is here. Do you not understand the times you're living in? You right now have wars all over the fucking world of the poor rising up against the rich. You live in a time where artificial intelligence could take the poorest motherfucker and make them the richest person on earth. And you sitting on YouTube listening to black women tell you about a relationship with a black man that hasn't even graduated high school and who has no way of taking care of himself and who likes to take advantage of children sexually, who's on the down low and thinks that fucking a man and then wanting to fuck a woman is okay. What is wrong with y'all? I really want to know, because you're wasting your opportunity that is right in front of you. I have said time and time again, you have things and access to stuff that you underutilize. You have Google, you have LinkedIn training, you have all these places where white people go to one up and level up their lives and go from being millionaires to billionaires. And you sitting on fucking YouTube worrying about what Shira Seven got to say and what the fuck Princella is talking about that don't make no fucking sense. But because she practices a dark psychology strategy in the book, let me read it for you because I want you to understand. Where'd I throw that book? She uses the strategy of distraction, right? She uses the strategy of deferring. She uses the strategy of taking advantage of the emotional aspect. She uses the strategy of creating problems and offer solutions. She uses the gradual strategy. I want you to look all these up on YouTube until you get the book. She uses keep the public in ignorant strategy. She read this book. I know she did because she uses some of these strategies verbatim. She uses the biggest one that America uses, making the public complacent. And in her opinion, or her work on YouTube, she uses making the black woman complacent because she keeps you focused on black males all day, even though she professes that it's not about black men, it's about black women. Tell me one video she's ever done where black males were not mentioned. I'll wait. She also uses the strategy of reinforcing self-blame. And the best one she uses, the last one, is the strategy of knowing people better than they know themselves. Now remember, that's the strategy white people use all the time because that white woman in the airport with me, remember she tried to argue me down about knowing black males better than me because she had one neighbor that lived next door to her that I could not verifiably know if he was really a black male or not. Because see, they think anybody with color to their skin is black when they're not. So it's ridiculous. She said Black women are having children out of season, that black people are having children for quantity, not quality. Who said that? Who, I don't even know who said that. But whoever said that is fucking ignorant. There's no such thing as having children for quantity and not quality. What the fuck are you saying? Every black child that is born perfect. It is the household they come into and the parents they inherit that make them grow up to be a piece of shit. Do you not understand that? And I said parents, not black mother. It's all the motherfuckers around them. Oh, Crystal St. Charles said that? Well, if she said that, she was fucking wrong. And understand what I'm saying to you, right? Just because you like somebody, everything that they fucking say doesn't have to be correct just because you like them. Now, even though she said that, she clearly didn't think that shit through because that was a stupid fucking statement, okay? Now, the other stuff that I've heard her say was correct. I believe in the just stop it. Period. Stop all of it. Fuck it all. But when you start talking about people's children like they're a motherfucking item instead of living, breathing flesh that you need to respect and to treat with loving kindness and provide parental guidance so that they grow up and tender loving care so that they grow up to be good people, that's some bullshit, she said. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck. That's bullshit. It is. It is what it is. What I misunderstand? I read what you wrote about what she said. She was based from what I read. I understand that she was doing the same fucking thing RWS hashtag exposed does, which is bash single women for having multiple children. I do not believe in that shit. The reason I don't believe in it is because I am one of those women. I was a young woman with 7 fucking children. Do you know how people talked about me like a fucking dog? Do you know how they still talk about me like a fucking dog? When I walk around with my children, as grown as they are, and my grandchildren, I got all those fucking kids with me. And when people ask me, how many children do you have? And I go, I got 7. They go, what? What the fuck you mean? What? What the fuck do you mean? They were all clean. They were all cared for. They had fathers until those motherfuckers got out of line. And when they got out of line, they had to get the fuck out my house. Because you know what? I was a little black girl that had a mother that wasn't as strong as me. And she allowed a lot of bad shit to happen to me. You know what I said to myself as a little girl? I'd be goddamn if I become her or I let anything happen to my kids that she allowed happen to me. Black women got to understand that. You are not your mother. And just because your mother has bad qualities and done fucked up things in her life, that's not you. That's not a reflection on you. And she got to live the life she was dealt to because she's a black woman. And she lived in a different time from you with more anti-blackness and racial hate than you can ever understand. Let me see what happened here. Cynthia D did state that about black babies, the reason why I don't listen. I'm glad you don't listen. And I don't give a fuck about Cynthia G. And no disrespect, Sonia. I don't want to keep talking about that bitch, okay? Because she gets too much attention as it is. And she fucking dummies down black women. Black women who listen to her tend to be very fucking stupid. And they don't have no control over their life. I don't want to deal with black women like that. Because they don't want to listen to shit that's going to make them do right. She said, what is that book called? Sounds like something. Oh, I'll show him again. You talking about Dark Psychology? It's him. Dark Psychology and Manipulation by William Cooper. Okay, regardless of what she was saying, Melissa, it's not relevant because even what you mentioned in here is complete nonsense. I would never talk about shit like that because there's not going to be a race war. Okay? And anything black males talk about is fucking stupid. So I wouldn't even entertain no shit like that. I get her point. But what she should have simply said was, black women, stop listening to black males. Live your life for yourself. And if you're going to have children, be able to take care of them children by yourself. And don't whine and fucking complain about it. Just do what the fuck you got to do. Now, I say that because Black women, we do suffer from postpartum depression. But the reality is, if you identify something is wrong with you and other people know something is wrong with you, you need to seek help. Being strong also is a part of you that knows that when I know I need help with something, need to know I'm strong enough to go get that shit, to do what I need to do to help myself out. That's also a part of being strong. Being weak is to not deal with things that you know has to be dealt with. That's weak. When you don't want to take therapy when you need it, when you don't want to do whatever it is you got to do to help you, that's weakness. Sorry. No problem. Nationalists are idiots. And nationalists are those black dudes that believe in all that Hebrewism and all that bullshit. They're usually welfare recipients, pimps, men that take advantage of women and little girls sexually and financially. They are the lowest form of human life. Why would you even care about them? You should go out of your way to teach black women to distance themselves from those guys and black males, period. Because in my opinion, black males are trash. And they're going to be trash until black women completely stop fucking with them altogether and make them stand or fall, sink or swim in life, because they use the black woman too much as a human crutch. And black women need to stop being exploited by them dudes. They need to stop it. Ain't no race war. Y'all all know that. It's an economic war. Whichever group, y'all got to understand. This is why I get so mad when people call other people racist, right? No one person can be a racist, and black people can never be a racist. You hear that, white motherfuckers that come to this channel and watch black women talk? Listen, you ignorant motherfuckers. Black people cannot be racist, so stop typing that bullshit. All right? To be a racist, you have to have power to suppress or oppress a group of people. We don't have that fucking ability. Stop saying that dumb shit. So, in this country, when racism is the biggest issue, nationalism is never, ever going to be an issue in this country, because money is always going to crush that shit. Because the money people belong to one group, regardless of who the fuck they are. It's the money people versus the don't have money people, period. And then all the lower level motherfucking white people that just hate black people. That's how it goes here. And you know that to be a fact. If you got money tomorrow, you started a company, nobody would stop you. If you started making billions of dollars in America, nobody would stop you. They don't care. The only time they would have a problem with you is if you started helping the black people you come from empower themselves to do the same thing you're doing. That's the only time they would have a problem with you. That's why nationalism is not an issue. Money and capitalism is. Because the white people that made money off of black people in the conception and invention of this country, they're still doing it to this day. And they need you to stay in your place in order to keep making money. And when you step out of your place and you go into their space, then you keep them from having what they got, which is why they're always talking about conservatism, because they want to keep the status quo the way it is. We whites have it all, you blacks don't have nothing, and nobody gives a fuck about you having anything. So when you black women wake up and understand that we black women need to fight politically and economically for our coming up in this country, fuck black males, but us, that's the only time we're going to have a better life in this country. And nothing else is going to change that. We can. We have to do that. Only us. That's the same way. Going back to the Ebony Alert and the bill that is being sponsored to get signed to become a law, black women did that. All black women, with the help of a few black males and others who want to ride the coattails of those black women that was so courageous to take a stand against something everybody else didn't want to have nothing to do with. You're very powerful, black women. But until you realize that you have to stop being these black women like that young girl at my job who's a fucking idiot and said some dumb shit to me like, even after this nigga beat her ass, sent her to work with 2 black eyes and fucked up on the side where she probably had something wrong with her, right? She gonna tell me at lunchtime, again, after I told her, get the fuck away from me, right? I can't ever see myself not being in a relationship with any other man but a black man. I said, very well then. You will see yourself dead. And you will see yourself fucked up until he kills you. Have a nice day. I have shit to do. Excuse me. And that's really, because listen, if a person don't want to help themselves, you can't help them. You cannot. I don't believe in the shit of don't get involved. When a motherfucker is really looking and needs help, I will do it. When a person is blatantly a fucking asshole and participates in that bullshit, you gotta leave them alone. She's a black woman that is contributing to the ignorance and the continuation of poverty and black women being a permanent underclass because she's too stupid to realize that black male is her biggest fucking problem, the biggest monkey on her back. She's not caring about herself. She's not caring about her daughter. She's caring about a fucking relationship that is going to take her life. It's already taking her health and about to cause that stupid bitch her job. But she thinks that nigga is worth it. I ain't gonna fight with her. Go ahead. Do you. But the other women that need help with work and they're showing and putting forth the effort, I'm here for them all day and night. All day and night. I even just sit on the phone and let the little girl that I'm working with the jobs and the master's degree, when she gets frustrated, I'll tell her, call me. I'll listen. Sometimes I say 3 words and all she does is, I can't do it. I don't understand why they treat me so bad. She let all that shit out. I listen. I don't say shit. Sometimes it's enough to just let the person know you care enough about them to listen. Not critique, not talk shit, not make them feel bad, not tell them they stupid. Just listen. Let them get all that shit out. Let them vent all the bullshit away. So that when they hang up and they feel better and they wake up the next day, they could kick ass even harder. Because they know they got somebody in their corner that's going to listen to them when they get that weak moment and they need to be picked up. That girl called me the other day, 2:30 in the morning. I had to get up at 5 o'clock. I said, what's wrong? She said, I don't feel like I'm good enough to do it. I said, why? She went on to explain. I didn't say a word. She cried. I talked her through the tears. That's the one thing I did. I reassured her that doesn't make you weak. That makes you seriously aware of your emotional needs. You have a need to express yourself to people who are not trying to listen to you. People who do not want to acknowledge you. I understand that. Let it out. I will be tired. I will get over that shit. I will get a second wind, or I will go to bed earlier the next night. You're not hurting me. I said I'm here for you. I meant every fucking word I said. Say what you gotta say. Feel better. Do better. Check another thing off on your list and keep going. Learn from the different sabotaging strategies these people use against you to get better in the future, to stop them before they even fucking try. These are all the things I'm teaching this girl as she's going through this process. She doesn't see that she's getting better, but I do. I see it every day in what she's telling me, from what she had to deal with, how she handled it, and how a lot of that shit now is starting to roll off her back. Whereas before, it would cripple her into a crying, sobbing, uncontrollable, I don't think I'm good enough, I can't make it Black woman. To now, she's a frustrated, I wish they'd leave me the fuck alone, I'm trying to do what I gotta do type Black woman. You see the difference? I see it. I see the progression. I see the long term of what she's going to become and what she's going to accomplish. And I see the character growth. In that one girl's story, I want y'all to see everything you need to see in yourself and anybody else you can help. And don't give up on them. Unless they acting like that other girl I'm telling you about that's getting her ass beat and she's still talking about she going to be a ride or die till the day she die. A motherfucker like that, don't give them none of your time. Call ACS and keep it moving. She's a fucking nut. She's a fucking nut. She really is. But the other girl is coming along well. I know she could do it. And as long as she knows that I'm going to be there for her to call, complain to, curse to, be happy to, and talk about the accomplishments to, she's going to make it through. We are very communal people. We Black women. We got a lot of soft shit in here underneath all that tough shit we got to have out here, right? Don't let nobody ever take your value from you, which is why I tell you, stop associating yourself with Black males because they know all that intricate shit about you to destroy you. So you have to remove that element to become the best you. And you got to understand that. It's not an anti-Black male. It's not a hate Black male. It is talking about the realities of what Black women go through. And if Black women want to help other Black women, you have got to recognize and begin to encourage, allow them to be who they are around you, and love them for who they are without trying to change them and manipulate them into what and who you want them to be. They're fine just the way they are as long as they're still trying to make it through. Please remember that, okay? All right. I'm going to get off of here now because I think I'm pushing my throat as far as it can go because I noticed the volume is getting lower. I'm going to try to hurry up and fix this shit because I got more to say about a lot of shit and I got more information to bring to y'all. I found some new stuff about housing. I want to come back and talk about that and some other things. Black women, we have to be focused on money and progression. I will get some ginger tea. Thank you, Maxine. We have to be focused on our money. However you get it, and do something with it. Okay? You know what I want to do for y'all one day? I want to do a video about showing y'all how to invest in yourself for your retirement. That you can do now. Like there's companies I could show you where if you don't know how to do that shit on your job, you just pay into these people over time so that when you go to retire, even if you lose your job, you have an external company working to get you extra money for when you're old and can't work no more. I need to do one on that for y'all because you need to know that stuff. And I know on the old channel I had covered insurance. I might have to do that again because y'all really need insurance. Let me tell y'all, the way that Black women and children are being killed by these Black males, I don't mean to sound like a backbiter, But when you have people in your family that you know live in those type of situations, you need to put insurance on those people. Insurance to pay the cost of their funeral, the burial, and the payout after they are taken away from here. So that if they leave behind children, you could financially provide for those children, move, do whatever you got to do to take care of yourself. That is all also a part of financial planning. Yes, Maxine, a Roth account and any other type of account. But some of the things I want to show you is like, let me try to find this company real quick so y'all could just know it for tonight and take it with you to look it up so you get the understanding of what I'm talking about. All right, so this place is, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I call it Tia, right? Let me show you. So this place right here, Tia, they cover retirement and investment. So if you go in here, set up an account, you pay money into this no matter what age you are, or however you want to pay it in, weekly, monthly, whatever, so that when you go to retire, in addition to your pension or whatever else you got set up, Social Security, whatever, you have this too. And these people, they work with you to show you how to make more money with your money and etc. So I need to do a video about places like this that are independent outside of your job, so that even if you work at McDonald's or in the store or whatever, you can still pay into stuff like this and make your money grow and work for itself so that you have something in the future. You need to have these things. Yeah, and then you see, let me put this up. You and Maxine said there is supplemental insurance to help you with your deductibles. It's all that type of stuff out here in this world. There's also insurance that you could buy. Agencies, different agencies. I'm gonna talk about that too, and I'm gonna bring examples. I'll do a video on it where when you're working, sometimes you get sick, sometimes you don't qualify for workers' comp, and you got to be out a long time. There are different insurances that you can pay into, so that when you're out, you get the money so you can maintain your lifestyle, keep your lights on, and pay your rent. That's the type of things Black women need to be on here sharing with each other. Teach other Black women to keep their head above water so they're not out here drowning. We don't need to talk about dudes and relationships. That shit ain't getting us nowhere. Now, the only thing I'm going to say last about that is, please be careful, Black women out here, with the relationships and the dating shit. White men are hip to the shit that Black women do. They're out here victimizing Black women, getting in relationships with them and using them like black males because they're learning from the black males, right? They're also getting on here, getting into relationships with Black women, using them as their personal maids and stepmothers for their children that the mothers left them with. They're also beating your ass and taking your life. Please be careful. 1 minute. 1 minute. Sorry, y'all. I don't want y'all to hear me coughing. So, be careful of this stuff. These people are out here watching videos to find out how they can best take advantage of Black women by these black males that make these videos, right? And by listening to Black women that do nothing all day but talk about relationships with Black men, Black males rather, making Black women look desperate as fuck and making it seem like all we do all day is sit at home dreaming about Black males having sex, doing nothing with our lives but being somebody's personal comeback and wanting to be a baby mama for everybody in the hood. You got to start pulling away from that shit. And like I told you before, smaller content creators are the better content creators. You come with more real life material that real life women need. not trauma bonding over stupid shit that big channels do. Create your own channel. Bring to YouTube what you know Black women need. Wherever you live, if you need to start a grassroots movement to get Black women motivated to vote, pay more attention to their education and their employment opportunities and child care, please put that on the YouTube. Please teach other Black women to care for each other and take care of each other the way we used to, so that we all could come up together. There's enough for all of us. We just have to start caring for each other the way we used to. Believe me, y'all, there's been a lot of stuff that has happened to us as Black people within the last 30 years. I would like you people, you women, I'm sorry for saying that phrase. I got a bad habit of doing that. I would like you Black women to go watch that movie, Kill the Messenger, so that you can actually see that I'm not being a, what do they call those people? Conspiracy theorists, right? But the government actively works against you to stay in poverty. If you watch that movie, it's on, I think, Netflix or Prime Video, one of the two. The reporter, Gary Webb, literally lost his life reporting on the fact that the government was shipping in and promoting and advocating for drugs in the Black community, with people like Big Meech and other people, to keep Black people down and dysfunctional, to destroy Black women and families so that they could not escape poverty. This is real shit. The movie is called Kill the Messenger. When you realize, yes, capitalism does need a constant underclass, but check this out, Maxine. They can have a constant underclass. It don't have to be us. Let it be those fucking immigrants that's coming to this country. Okay? I told y'all in the other video, they coming here. And in New York City, I see. They're giving them jobs over the Black people. So what you got to do is you got to saturate the market too. You got to saturate the market. If they want to work for the company, you better be the manager of the company. They can work there, but they need to work the fuck under you. That's the way you counteract that bullshit, okay? Because they giving them the right to work in New York City as illegal immigrants, and that is against the law. But they're breaking the law because they need to keep Black people under the underclass and to keep them impoverished. Because once Black people get education, mobility, and progression, we gonna jump back to that shit they know we could do, where all those cities came from, in those Black Wall Streets. Not just it was many. It was over 80 fucking cities in the history of this country where Black people owned everything. The dollar rotated in those communities 12 to 15 times before it left, and everybody there was a professional than us. So it's up to us to understand we got it in us and do it for ourselves. Leave the Black male to his own devices, and Black women do it for yourself and your children and for other Black women. That's the only way we gonna get out of the underclass and let somebody fucking else take our place. It is totally possible. When you read this man's book, he tells you exactly how to do it, step by step. This man is Dr. Claude Anderson, Black Labor, White Wealth. Paranomics is another book. There are several videos of Dr. Claude Anderson explaining the books and all of his strategies, how to get Black people where they need to be, on YouTube. So just Google it, Dr. Claude Anderson, all the shit are going to come up. Study the videos. Study those videos. Don't study Cynthia G and Prince Ella, because they're not going to do shit for you. Study the people who tell you how to get the money. That's the most important thing in this fucking world is money. You should know that by now. Black women getting killed by a white husband. That shit happens all the time. Essence Magazine, did a 40-year, I think it was last year or this year, I forget. They did a 40-year anniversary of a black woman that was killed by her white husband, that her mother is still searching for her daughter. Still. Go look it up if you think I'm bullshit. He killed that woman and they never found her body. Kiana's right. There's no perfect dude to do for you. You got to do for yourself. These white males, I don't ever promote them for black women. I'm a proud black woman that respects my ancestors, and I would never fuck a white man. Never. Ever. Other men, yes. Them, no. They do too much and have done too much to my people for me to ever allow them the pleasures of my body. Never. But other women could do what the fuck they want. Yeah, he did. She's still looking for that woman 40 years later. And Essence was the only media to cover the story. And they still have not found that black woman. So, regardless of the stupid shit DZ tells you and all the rest of them dumb fucking divestors that you're really finding out these days are lying women who still are interested in relationships with black males, promoting black men, promoting white men to make black men jealous, is all fucking mentally ill. They're all stupid bitches. So, listen. Stop listening to women talking about dudes all day. Get your money up, your education. Do you. Fuck dudes. Put them out the picture. Get everything in life you need for yourself. Get you. You. Period. There's a book about when the Irish became white. It deals with it. It details it was deliberate effort to put blacks as yeah. That's true. There's also a movie called what's it called? The Gangs of New York. It's about the Irish gangs that lived in New York and how they terrorized the black people, took over the jobs, the union, and etc. And how they became the police and everybody to control the poor and put their people on top. Very interesting history in America. But history or not, you don't have to be an underclass if you don't want to be. Get out of it by getting money. End the story. Let me tell you something. Cut the shit out, Naya. Y'all think I'm bullshit. When I get motivated, I listen to that old Kim song, Money, Power, Respect. I be fucking, let me tell you, I be going through the work. That shit just be blasting on repeat. Money, power, respect, what you need in life. Money, power, respect. I don't be playing. I get the money. I don't be fucking around. I don't give a fuck about what nobody got to say. I know what I got to do to get to the next step I need to get to. I'm on it. I don't let no distractions get in my way. Period. And y'all know I'm not bullshit. Because when I tell you I'm going to fucking do something, you see me literally doing it. Literally. And I'm probably the only motherfucker on all this shit that means what I say and say what the fuck I mean because you see me do it. Anyway, don't let nothing get in your way. Get your fucking money, black women. Leave that relationship shit to the curb where it belongs. Don't have no babies when you young. Get your education, your degree, and your money. Play house in your 30s and 40s. You'll have more sense then. Good night. Be well. I'm going to take care of my voice because it's fucked up. Kiana, Maxine, Sonia, Melissa, Earthly, thank y'all very much. Juana, V, thank y'all all very much for the contribution to the chat and participating in my conversation. It keeps things on point. Thank you very much. Have a good night. I'll be back when I can actually talk, okay? Later. Good night, black women. Help another black woman. Good night.